all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind. Weak desires bring weak results, just as a small fire makes a small amount of heat. Without desire, there is no fire. The fire within can only come out when you really want it to. That's why the start of anything great is the moment that you decide you have to have it. That burning desire from within, that moment when you decide this is it, that is the start of something great. Do whatever you can to find that spark, to get that fire within burning. Patience, persistence, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination for success. Victory is always possible for the person who refuses to stop fighting. Nothing is over for the person who refuses to give up. There is no failure to the person who does not quit. There is only delayed success. If it isn't happening right away, do not quit. Have patience for the fact that it hasn't showed up yet, but impatience in working toward it. Persist, and it will eventually be yours. Strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Most great people have attained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure. Opportunity often comes disguised in the form of misfortune or temporary defeat. Most people strive for a life of little or no struggle. No one seeks pain or challenges, and nor should they. But that is precisely where growth lies, in the challenges and the struggle that come from pushing for what you really want in life. Those who refuse to go after what they truly want in life have failed by default. Sure, they might not have to suffer through setbacks. They won't have to live with the embarrassment of failure, but they will have to live with something much worse, and that is regret. If you're really pushing to become the very best version of yourself, there is going to be failure. There is going to be heartache, embarrassment, and everything in between. But if you refuse to quit, if you persist, not only will you succeed in getting your goal, but you will earn something much more valuable: pride and character. Pride and character only come from growth. Growth only comes from pushing yourself. You can't buy it. You have to earn it. Tell me how you use your spare time and how you spend your money, and I will tell you where and what you will be in 10 years from now. How can you tell what your future will look like? Have a look at your daily habits. If they are strong, your future will be strong. If they are designed to move you toward a life you want, you will move toward a life you want. If they are not, you won't. You have to be intentional about how you spend your time and your money. Create a plan of daily action that will over time lead to strong habits, habits that will move you closer to your goals. A goal is a dream with a deadline. Goals are great, but without deadlines, they are wishes, hopes, dreams. Dreams can only come true if you get serious about them. And the first step to getting serious about your goals is to set a deadline for when you must achieve it. It should be difficult enough to reach to get you moving immediately, but realistic enough to attain. It should be a struggle to attain it, but not impossible. Another way of saying it is, the person you are right now should not be able to achieve it. You will have to grow into someone else entirely by pushing yourself in a positive way to make sure it's achieved. That is a goal. When defeat comes, accept it as a signal that your plans are not sound. Rebuild those plans and set sail once more toward your coveted goal. Defeat comes to all of us. Most of us give up. Don't be like most. When temporary defeat visits you, take responsibility. What can you do better? How can you use the failure as a lesson? How can your plan or path be clearer next time around? Do not give up. Shock everyone with your persistence and staying power, then shock them with your results the second time around. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. There are no limits to the mind except those we acknowledge. Napoleon Hill believed there were no limits. Most of the greatest people in history refused to entertain the limits of the majority. If they did, they'd never have been great, and we'd perhaps never know they existed. Refuse to accept the limits of your family, friends, or society. If it's never been done before, believe you can be the first. If no one believes in you, be the one who starts. It is very clear that mindset is the greatest asset you can have if you want to do great things with your life. Develop that mindset. Believe in yourself and become unstoppable. The ladder of success is never crowded at the top. The ladder of success is never crowded at the top because most people settle. Most people settle before getting on the ladder. They settle in their job. They settle in their relationships. They settle in their health. They refuse to put in the effort at the start. And so their life, even just getting through the day, becomes a giant effort. Be one of the few who aren't afraid to take the harder path early on, so you can enjoy the easier path later in life. Keep climbing that ladder. And when you get to the top, see if you can inspire someone else to work their way up too. It takes half your life before you discover life is a do-it-yourself project. If you do not conquer self, you will be conquered by self. This life of yours is exactly that, yours. It's yours to create whatever you want of it. If you want a great body, that's your responsibility. If you want a great mindset, your responsibility. The government can tax you to the hills, but no one can tax your mind. That is always something you control. No one and no event can conquer you but yourself. Take care of your mind. There is nothing more important. Nurture it with positive thoughts, with teachings that help you grow, with anything and everything that makes you feel better, stronger as a human being. There is nothing more important. The way of success is the way of continuous pursuit of knowledge. Deliberately seek the company of people who influence you to think and act on building the life you desire. Education comes from within. You get it by struggle and effort and thought. No one ever got ahead by acting like they knew everything about everything. Be humble enough to know you don't know everything. Be curious enough to seek new knowledge everywhere you go, in books, in teaching, and in everyone you speak with. There's always something to learn from everyone. Surround yourself with mostly people that will either enhance your future or make you feel good in the present. You are the master of your destiny. You can influence, direct, and control your own environment. You can make your life what you want it to be. If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command. Better tools will be found as you go along.